Welcome to today's episode on Chess Thoughts, where we unravel the layers of existence and explore the truths that often remain unspoken. Today's topic is one that feels both daunting and liberating, some untold truths about life. We all grow up with certain ideas about how life is supposed to work, ideas shaped by family, culture, and society. But as we navigate our journeys, we start to encounter truths that no one told us, truths that challenge those ideas and force us to rethink what life really means. In this episode, we're going to explore these untold truths, not to overwhelm, but to illuminate, because sometimes it's the hardest truths that set us free. Let's start with a big one. Life is not fair. This is a hard truth to accept, especially when we're young. We're taught to believe in justice, that if we work hard, we'll succeed. If we're kind, we'll be treated kindly in return. But life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes bad things happen to good people, and good things happen to those who don't seem to deserve them. This truth can feel cruel, but it also holds a kind of wisdom. When we let go of the expectation that life should be fair, we free ourselves from unnecessary frustration. We learn to focus on what we can control, our actions, our choices, and how we respond to the unfairness around us. Another untold truth: you can't have everything, and that's okay. We live in a world that tells us we can be anything, do anything, have it all. But the reality is, every choice comes with a cost. Choosing one path often means closing the door to another. This can feel like a loss, but it's also what makes life meaningful. Scarcity gives value. The fact that we can't have everything forces us to decide what really matters to us. It's through these choices that we define who we are. The truth is, life is not about having it all. It's about having what matters. And that's something only you can determine. Here's another truth we don't talk about enough. Everyone is figuring it out as they go. As children, we look up to adults and think they have all the answers. But as we grow older, we realize that no one has life completely figured out. Even the most successful, confident people are improvising, making mistakes, and learning as they go. This can feel unsettling, but it's also a relief. It means there's no one right way to live. It means we're allowed to experiment, to fail, to change our minds. Life is not a test with a single answer. It's a journey, and the only way to fail is to stop moving forward. Now let's talk about something a little deeper. Happiness is not a permanent state. We often think of happiness as a goal, a destination we're trying to reach. But the truth is, happiness is fleeting. It comes and goes, like waves on the shore. This doesn't mean we can't experience joy. It just means we shouldn't expect to feel it all the time. Life is made up of a spectrum of emotions: happiness, sadness, anger, fear, love, and each one has its place. In fact, it's the contrast that makes happiness so special. Without sadness, we wouldn't fully appreciate joy. Without struggle, we wouldn't understand peace. The key is to embrace the ebb and flow, to find beauty not just in the highs, but also in the lows. Another untold truth. You are not the center of the universe, but you matter deeply. This might sound contradictory, but it's an important balance to understand. On one hand, the world is vast, and our individual lives are just a tiny part of it. Recognizing this can help us keep things in perspective, to not take ourselves too seriously. But on the other hand, our lives do matter. The way we treat others, the kindness we share, the love we give, these things create ripples that extend far beyond us. Even small actions can have a profound impact. This dual truth, that we are both insignificant and significant, can be humbling and empowering at the same time. Lastly, here's a truth we all need to hear. You don't have to have all the answers. Life is full of uncertainties. We don't know what's coming next, and that can be terrifying. But it can also be freeing. Not knowing means we're open to surprise, to discovery, to growth. It means we're not locked into a single narrative. We can reinvent ourselves, change direction, and start over as many times as we need to. The untold truth is life's meaning isn't something you find. It's something you create. And that's a truth worth embracing. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to thank you for joining me on this journey of reflection. We are 20-something episodes in now. Our audience is slowly but surely growing, and I just want to thank you, y'all. Well, the untold truths about life can be challenging to face, but they're also what make life so rich, so complex, so human. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Share your reflections, and let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious, stay open, and as always, remember, life is a mystery, and that's what makes it beautiful.